Okay, good morning, everyone. So, going to start the chapter 8. Chapter 8 is a summary. Okay, it's a summary of all the other chapters. So, I'll go to a bit fast for today. So, this is the last lecture for our this notes lah. Okay, so next week maybe we can do on the revision. Okay, maybe I go to find the past year to share to all the students, then the student can do lah all the questions. Okay, I think one set enough lah. Okay, very similar one to the final exam. Maybe previous 2 semester. See whether I can find or not. Either one set or 2 set lah. Okay, depend on luck lah. Okay, so after that, any question from the class? Since just how a lot of people asking the question from the assignment. Anyone have any question need to clarify before we start our lecture? I hope you know we are focused on the system. So your NetMin folder, the whole NetMin folder. Okay, so see no question, then we can start the class. So this chapter, last chapter is regarding the OO design and patterns. Okay, this chapter focus on the analysis and design of software system using the object-oriented approach. We will learn class design guideline and the technique patterns for designing the reusable classes. Okay, so there's a lot of technique like polymorphism, inheritance, interface, and then the interface, especially the custom interface. Okay, so abstract class and so on. All this is a concept. Okay, one-to-one, one-to-many relationship, how to do, many-to-many relationship, how to do all these things. Okay, how do you design? So in the end of chapters, okay, you can go all this lah. Okay, association, aggregations. Okay, association means the relationship lah. Okay, one-to-many, many-to-many, all this is in the association. Okay, aggregation and compositions. Okay, this is a pair that one is mentioned can be shared. Aggregation can be shared, right? Like address. Composition is something cannot be shared, like your names. Okay, and dependence, whether one is depend to another or not. Okay, then we have a strong inheritance and weak inheritance. Okay, strong inheritance is a parent-child. Okay, weak inheritance is interface. Okay, interface. Discover class and determine the responsibility for each classes. Okay, so like your system, you got item tables, you got sales tables, okay, add to cart table and so on. So it depends on what you have in the system. Okay, we only focus on the main one. Okay, like for example, those computer, all this is not part. It's using for your system, but it's not inside your system itself. Okay, so that one you don't need to include. Okay, declare class to represent the relationship among them. Okay, design class that follow the class design guideline. Describe the use of design pattern for developing this sound good software system. Okay, so the software system. So your NetMin, after you complete everything, you have menu to select. Here's everything. So after that, maybe you press -1 to exit system. All this consider can runnable system. Of course, we are not include the real credit card system and so on. Okay, to make it can run. Email, of course, you must say you pretend yourself is a customer. Okay, maybe you create 5 user, then the user all is your group meet. So when you send the email, can send to the email to one of your group members, something like that. Okay, you pretend like yourself are customers. Okay. So this is things, the step involved in the class design. Identify the class for system. Describe attribute and methods in each class, then establish a relation among the classes, then create class. Okay, this is a step you need to follow. Okay, the key object-oriented programming is to model the application in terms of the cooperative objects. Okay, they can cooperate each others. Okay, carefully design the class is critical when the project is being developed. In the development of OO programs, okay, class abstraction is applied to decompose the problem into the set of later classes. Okay, and method extraction is applied to design individual classes to identify and define the responsibility. So these two words is very important. Okay, so what a class can be done. Okay, normally in here we create a class. We have two set of the interface. Constructor. Okay, two set of constructor. One is empty constructors. Okay, empty parameter constructor. Another one is with the full parameter list constructors. Normally you have two. They're followed by the second methods. Okay, then after that we have the toString methods. At least this is the basic need for the class exceptions. Okay, so inside you can know for data members, and you got all these two set of constructor, all the second methods, then the toString methods. This is the basic for every classes. Okay, then after that we have method extractions. Then you know got second method all this, but how to write in the body you don't care. Okay, like toString also you know there is a method, but how to write inside you no need to bother. Okay, this is called method exception. So what I can say is method exception is a subset of the class exceptions. Okay, so go to the next. Okay, so look for the nouns is the problem in the problem descriptions. Okay, nouns are mean name lah. Okay, the design of IS for the university, the information system. Okay, information system for the university. You would like to identify student, a lecturer, and course as a classes. Okay, so this is very easy to identify since we are studying in university. So you know university got student, got lecturer, got course. Because got others like program and so on. Okay, but these three we are focused on. Okay. So determine the responsibility for each class, the method carried out by the object of the classes. So you see lah, word lah, action works. Okay, word action. So lecturer teach student, student take course, something like that. Okay, like this here, a student register for a course. Okay, like you register for BSCS 1053. Okay, or 2023. Okay, so this is the courses you apply. So registering for the course is a responsibility of the student class. Okay, the course is involved in this operation as a collaborator for the operations. Okay, so this is how you determine. Basically, have many classes in the university, but we focus on these three. Okay, so this is like the card. Okay, is CRC card lah. Okay, for the UML diagrams there. Okay, so this is one of it. These students. Okay, student, what the responsibility for student? Register a course. So student and course. So course is collaborator. Okay, so then what the thing they need to do is responsibility. Okay, register a course, pass the exam, and so on. The others. Okay. So this is a common relationship among the classes: association, aggregation, composition, dependency, and inheritance. So we go to describe one by one. Okay. So this is a relationships. So you must know is a or has a. Okay, is a involve parent child class. Has a refer to the interface. Okay. So also no interface. Something owned by the classes. Okay, this one is a parent child. Is a parent class. Okay, but this one is something owned by the class objects. Something like address, has a name, has an address. Okay, so this considered as something that owned by the classes. Okay, so look at this. Okay, simple associations. Okay, 5 to 60 students apply the many courses. This extremely many. Okay, many courses. Okay, and 0 to 3 students. Okay, teach by one faculty. Faculty here refer to the lecturer. Okay, that's why is a teacher. Okay, lecturer. So you can see one lecturer. Okay, can teach 0 to 3 courses. Okay, this one for main campus. In branches, maybe they need to teach under 5 courses. But this semester, like me, I teach 2 courses only. Okay, so one lecturer can teach 0 to 3 courses in the main campus. Okay, some lecturer no need to teach, only in charge of admin works. Okay, those dean and so on, they no necessarily to teach. Okay, and one course, okay, can be have at least 5 students to 60 students. Okay, but for Thai college, we actually normally we didn't put a limit. Okay, it can be all the students take, so we just arrange a lecturer to teach only. Okay, so but here for these cases, yeah, they put a maximum. Maybe their manpower is not enough. Okay, but for us, normally put 5 ... asterisk. Okay, no one. I think 10. It's mistaken. If the cost less than 10 students, they not offer. It's not mistaken as I know lah. Okay, in Thai college, I should be 10 ... asterisk. At least got 10 students just offer the course. It's not mistaken 5 students, I think. Branches cannot say that. Branches even got 1 student, 2 students, they also need to on the class. But class like what now, branches is all attached to the main campus lecture. So they how to arrange the manpower. Okay, because they know that main campus should able to conduct a class. Therefore, they let the other branches lecturer student join. Then that's okay. But alone, they actually not encouraged to start the course with only 1 student like that. Okay, so it's a wasted manpower. Okay, so even though the practical is not our course, our practical also handled by the KL lecturer or part-timer. Okay, so this is how it works. But this is one of the university. Okay, the sample is a copy from the notes. Okay, so this is things happening, how to write the code. Okay, so student this course. Okay, this is something regarding the one-to-many relationship. Okay, not many to many, one to many. Okay, for me, student and course in the middle should have 1 enroll. Okay, 1 student can take many courses, and 1 courses can apply for many students. So should be a many to many relationship. But here they only demo 1 to many. Okay, 1 to many. So that's why they write there here. This is an array of students taking the course. Okay, so this one like folder 9, chapter 4, folder 9. Okay, but the folder 10 one is talking about the enroll table in the middle. So this part got two like private student and private course. So student take what course in the enroll table. It's not array anymore. It's not array. Okay, so I hope that you know how to see like one to many and many to many, how to deal with. Okay, so refer to chapter 4, folder 9 and 10. Okay, so so this is talking same thing here. Okay, the student and faculty, there are many possible ways to implement the relationship. The student and faculty information in the course class can be omitted since they are already in the student and faculty class. Okay, so yeah, so inside there. So that's why I use the class name instead of the variable. Okay, if you do not need to know the course a student take or a faculty teach, okay, the data field costly in the student or faculty can be omitted. Okay, it depends how you implement your system. Okay, if you don't, you really no need to know one. But of course, for me, this is not practical. You must know which student taking which course and teach by who. You must know, correct? So this is only ideally, but it's not applied in the practical way. Okay? In practical, we need to know who teach what subject and which student take the course as well. Okay, for me, I need to know the total student, like our BASS 2023, there are about 177 students. But today lecture only 101. Yeah, no lah, how many students absent. Okay, also we kind of midterm test, how many people submit or didn't submit, we really care about the amount. That's why we need to know how many students take. Okay, but in final exam, even more worse, we need to know about the receipt and repeat student. We need to add in their name inside the list. That one we need to do later. So all this is very important to know which student take what course. Okay. Okay, this is relationships. Okay, this is in the database we call it recursive relationship. Okay, a staff manage another staff, a person supervise another person. Okay, so let's say you got person class. So it's a one person, this is one person supervise another person. This is called recursive relationship. It's still considered like this means one-to-one relationship. But one-to-one relationship is very rare in the practical. Okay, most of the time you can see it's one-to-many one. Like one branch got many students. Okay, very seldom you can see one-to-one. Even though like this is recursive, also normally is one staff manage many staff. Very seldom one manage one. Very seldom. But this is just a sample. Okay, ideal sample. Just want to tell you. Okay, so this is regarding the aggregation and composition I mentioned earlier. Okay, this is talking about the ownership, whether your thing can be shared or cannot share. Okay, so those can share one, we put this empty diamond shape aggregations. Means address can share by the person. Okay, because maybe there are few person rent the same unit, so they have a same address. So address can be shared. Okay, but name is unique for every person and they cannot share with others. Okay, this is a possibility that they have a same name, but they own their own names. It's not sharing, they own their own one. Okay, because I discover some of my student list, they got same name one, but surname is different. Okay, so there has also possible that we have a semester, two students, totally same name, but they are from different family. Okay, that's why I say, how come this student got two ID one? Then we go find out, oh, it's two different students. Okay, so there's, even though it's very rare, but it possible happen in the real life. That's why names cannot be shared. You even have a same name, they are not considered sharing. Each one have their own one. Okay, so I hope you remember. That's why name put the break dimension. Name cannot be shared. But I not encourage you use this in your assignment, because normally in Malaysia we never break to first name, last name, middle name. They want only for foreigner. Okay, because foreigner have this first name, last name, middle name. So I don't know lah. They break it like this. Okay, but in assignment don't break your name class. Okay, address you can use address for break. Okay, but name don't. Okay, because why? After you create the address class, you can share by a lot of different identity. You can share to customer, okay, whatever. Okay, the address, okay, sending address. Okay, some people buy things they send to other address. So sending address and current address, current address is different. Okay, they will ask you in the system, you want to send to the own address or you want to send to other address, like what you do in the Shopee, Lazada, and so on. Okay, but name there, just put a name. No need create one special class like that. Okay, remember? So this is what I advise you. Now, okay, this is the coding, how to write the code. So you can see private name, private address. Okay, this is a very common, we already done in the also in the chapter 4. I forgot which folder area. Okay, so this is one of the folder I put. Okay, so this is how you draw is like this. Okay, aggregation is the empty diamond. Okay, the composition is the black diamonds. Okay, I forgot the exam got this question. If got question, you also need to draw diagram. So what I can do is, you can print screen this. Okay, then erase all this arrow. Okay, remain the below one. Then the red color one you erase and put the classes apply to the questions. Okay, if you need to draw, or else you straight away direct draw with the diamond. Okay, so make sure if the final exam got this question, I forgot already. Okay, so you got diagram or not? I really can't remember. If got, then you just draw. Okay, but most of the question focus on coding. Okay, that's why coding you must be very good. They ask you, they give you the not very good design one. This chapter is very important because the question they give you the basic one without good design one. They will ask you your opinion. how to make these classes more follow this design guideline. Then you must apply the concept. Okay. One of the example maybe when we use the protector data member. Okay, maybe they give you a super class. Then you add on. Okay, add on to super class constructor and this variable, because you make sure this one can be inherited from your child. And the rest of second method all in public. Okay, so you may ask your opinion like that. So you must be able to apply the concept in this chapter to the exam questions. Which one is the best practice? Okay, so something like that. Okay, so this is like this. You write code, then put the person. This one is a one-to-many idea. Okay, one-to-many. So it's like this. Okay, so this is a person supervisor. Okay, one person supervise many person. Okay, so you can put a name like this. And this is a dependence. Okay, dependence is something that you use only. You didn't create a class, you use it only. Okay, we have a calendar class, you can have date class. Okay, so you can see these two. So you can see not the calendar class used from the date class, the methods. Okay, a lot of method in the date class are using in the calendar class. That's why calendar can even can get a week number. Okay, the how many weeks? Let's say 1 year got 52 weeks. They will tell you current is on which week. They also can tell you this answer. So, but everything is derived from the date. Must depend on the date class. Date class not appear, calendar class cannot work. Therefore, it's called dependent. Okay, therefore they got one name called client and supplier. Who is the client? The person using. Supplier is who give you the these objects or the functions. Okay, or call methods who give you the methods. Okay, so this is a sample. Calendar, okay, use is a client use the method inside the date class. Okay, there's a dot, this arrow. Okay, this is called dependence. Okay, date not appear, calendar cannot be exist. This is called dependent. Very strong relationship. Okay. Okay, this is how they use it, the methods. Okay, so they can probably extract class calendar, and calendar use the method from the date class. This is from the date class method. This method is from the date class. So you can see another parameter is date. Okay, I mean use. That's called dependence. Okay, but I think in your assignment, it's very difficult to apply the dependence. Okay, unless your class can you use the calendar class. Okay, when you want to set the date, then you create you import the calendar class. Then there's one possibility. Because we import a calendar class, it's automatic dependence already, have a dependent dependency relationship, because you apply calendar class itself, apply the method from the date class. Okay, try that. If don't force yourself. Okay, if you already done everything, just no need, unless you have used this method. Okay, to set your date times. Okay, so coupling. Okay, so coupling is this one, dependency and association, aggregation and composition, all describe a coupling relationship between the two classes. Like how close their relationship. Okay, how close coupling. Okay, so what we want to do is okay, so this is things now. So we need actually do try not to make the coupling the relationship of coupling increase if can. Try not to. Okay, but what's the level? At first, dependency is the weaker one because they only take the method and use only. So relationship is just like that. Okay, but association is more closest relationship. Okay, like student, that cost. Okay, the relationship more one more level closer. Okay, just now use the method, now is whole class. Okay, then another one is aggregations. Okay, aggregation is you remember or not? Okay, it's a shareable though the shareable relationship of the has a, okay, has a, so it's like owning something. When just now it's just like one relationship between the two class are student take course, but now we own something like address. Okay, relation more closest one level. Okay, you own the address, but you can share to others, but others also can take the same address. So this is another level of the closing. But the last level, the highest one, is composition. Like your name, you only can, you have own yourself, okay? Your own names, you cannot share to others. So the relationship in this line is more closer in the end, and the starting one is not that close. Okay, so this is a coupling. So this is a compare of the dependency and the association. So relationship between association is stronger, then dependency is weaker. Okay, description, the state of object change when its association object change. Okay, very strong. Okay, the client object and the supply object are loosest coupled. Okay, they are not very close to each other. Okay, they use the method inside the class. Then the Java implementation, okay, we make it become the data field and the methods. Okay, in the dependency, we only take the methods. Okay, I hope you can see that. This one got show you. A student take course, calendar, take the method from the, apply the method from the this date. Okay, remember this term got client and the supplier. Okay, so this is how you write the coding. Okay, so in the dependency, you just put the method name with this parameter is the class. Okay, but in the association, you put in the whole class. DB. Okay, so remember private address, private name. Okay, so association. This is how you do. This is one more of the time you can see in this example. This is very rare. Okay, so this is a compare to this talking about inheritance. Okay, inheritance is the triangle symbol. Okay, this triangle. Then the relationship only determined by the line. If the line is straight, mean that is super and subclass. If the dot line, mean that is interface. So it's very clear kind of. Okay, so keyword you need to know is these keywords. Extend. Okay, like this mean the person is a superclass and the employee is a subclass. Okay, then they carry relationship between them is a relationship. We only can say employee is a person. Okay, but we cannot say person is an employee. Wrong, because the person may not is your may is your partner, maybe is your couple and so on. It's not necessarily must be your employee. So normally we talking is a child to parents, right? So employee is a person, then the statement is correct. But we cannot say person is an employee. Wrong. Just like a geometry object in the chapter 6. I put a chapter 6 and chapter 7. I put a geometry object. We cannot say geometry object is a circle. Okay, geometry is a circle, then wrong already. But circle is a geometry, confirm. So always remember, we must refer child to parents using is a relationship. Okay, so I hope you understand this part. Okay, this is what I mean. Dot line is interface. Straight line is a subclass. So student is a person. Okay, so that's why I say student. We still remember we use one technique called downcast. Okay, so you also can downcast. You can downcast to subclass. Also, you can downcast to the interface. So we have two things can be downcast on. Okay, so for the interface we use the keyword implements. Okay, and inside this interface we have two categories. I hope you still remember. One is default one, already in the library, like comparable. You don't need to create a comparable interface by yourself because this interface already exists. Then you no need to create connable. Connable also is only inside the this so-called default list of the library. Okay, but iterable, zoom, and aku simplify. Okay, so like this iterable, like your tutorial one, colorable, okay, all this is default, is custom. You need to write your own. Okay, just like whatever the sample I show you during a lecture, how you remember. I write that one is the what it is. Build something regarding that build one. Okay, draw ice cream. Remember we have draw ice cream, draw house, and so on. So those interface is custom. Okay, and normally this interface will represent a behavior, what you can do, behavior. Okay, so this is a concept. So remember, interface we use the implements. It's a subclass, superclass we use extend. Okay, so this is a very simple concept. Okay, I hope that you can use up to interface lah. Okay, I hope lah, because most of the student can apply the extra class. Because normally your item class the super class okay, one of maybe you selling the let's say bookshop. Okay, so we got two category. One is a book and another one is other accessory, for example. So we got two subclass. So the information one record from both subclass is different. Okay, but of course they have some common thing, but they also got some only belong to the subclass. So then you can create parent-child class. Saying certain method, both class also got, but cannot. I mean, let's say you have a method, both subclass also got, then you need to move to the parent class, make your parent class become abstract, then you implement the method in the subclass. Okay, you can apply extra class, but interface, okay, it's not easy to apply. And I saw your exam question, they didn't ask you, you must use interface. Okay, so I not really force you to do. If your class really can use this interface, okay, then you use. If really know where to find to put in, then you no need. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, so just try to apply if possible. If not, then just ignore. Okay, but extra class, I think that one you can apply now. As long as one subclass, more than one subclass having the same method, then you can do the extra class. Okay, like what you did in the tutorial 7 question 2. Okay, so this is how you draw the tables. Okay, the person has an address, the person has a name, so name cannot be shared, address can be shared. Then the borrower is what? The borrower is subclass of person, so borrower is a person. Okay, is a person, so this. Then loan, borrower, okay, owned by the loan. Okay, the loan only belong to the borrower. No? It's not sharing to many people. Okay, I know you may ask, so let's say borrower is a joining, then you join him, you put together as a one name. Okay, you put, for example, name, they put who and who in the account. Okay, it's normally people, the legal document write this. They put two name there. Like your joint account, so they put two name there. Okay, but they consider it as a single account. Okay, so I hope you understand. Don't confuse on that part. Okay, so the loan is not sharing to other people, it's owned by the borrower itself. Okay. Okay, so this is all the class design guideline. Okay, very important things. Okay, cohesion, consistency, encapsulation, clarity, completeness, instant statics. Okay, this one are testing in the midterm test. Quite a lot of students can get a full mark. Okay, when the variable you need to declare as a static or instance. So remember, instance is the things belong to the single objects. Okay, it's a static, then the variable is belong to the whole class. Okay, this one you must know. Okay, so example given to you in the midterm test is static one is a blood color. So A1 have the same blood color. So A1 create static. And the blood volume and blood type is instance because A1 have their own one. Okay, some A minus, some A plus. Okay, some blood volume higher, some blood volume lower, depend on body size and your blood quantity. Okay, so this is a instant and a static. Then inheritance and aggregations. Okay, so which one you want to use? Interface and asset class you want to use. Okay, so they got guideline here. Okay, so regarding this interface and asset class, so if your methods you're going to do is all involved in your subclass, okay, then you put inside your superclass, your extra methods. Okay, but if your methods is going to share by all different classes, different category of the classes. Okay, the sample given in the notes to be veggie class, animal class, fruit class. So you want have an interface to share with different class like that, and you put inside interface. That's why they got eatable interface. Okay, can share to animal, can share to fruit, and can share to veggie. So they have different category of the classes. But if your method is belong to only your subclass, then you put in your superclass. So it's very simple to recognize where you want to put your extract method. Okay, so this is regarding the H. So we go to one by one. Okay, cohesions. Okay, a class should declare, okay, describe a single entity. This is like our database concept also. Every table only describe one object, similar concept here. A class should declare a single entity. So student table, student entity is everything regarding student name, student address, okay, student contact number, student email, student DOB, and so on. All regarding students. Okay, you cannot simply put one a column. This parent income. All this. Okay, your parents should be put in your parent tables, like not here lah. Understand what I mean? So you must find something is related one put in there. They mean even simple one entity describe one object in simple story. Okay, this is also technique of the normalization in the database. Okay, after you normalize the table in the end, every object only describe one object only. Every class, okay, every table you do, only describe one object. This is very important. You cannot put in other things. Okay, for example, okay, another example, like your student table, right? That's how I repeat. Student ID, student name, student address, student contact number. Suddenly the branch address there. You want to know this student from which branch, but suddenly you put in a branch address inside your student table. That one is not cohesion anymore. Okay, then your table consists of two objects already. One is a branch, one is a student. So therefore, it's not cohesion. So I hope you understand what I mean here. Okay, just put in your mind, one entity only can describe one object. Always remember, here is a class to describe a single entity. Similar concept. Okay. So class operations should be logically fit together to support a coherent purpose. Okay, like you should not combine student and the staff in the same table. Okay, so this is a things lah. Okay. A single entity with too many responsibility can broken okay into several classes to separate responsibility. Okay, if lah it's too many lah. Okay, if mean like too many attribute, for example. Okay, so the meaning is quite similar here. Okay, so we can do something like this lah. Okay, string, deal with immutable strings. Okay, string builder, create more mutable strings. Okay, string buffer similar to string builder, except synchronized method for update strings. So something like this. Okay, so we can break lah. This is an example. Okay, just tell you that if many function in a single entity, you can break it separately. Okay. Actually, we are talking about a one-to-many, a one-to-one relationship. Okay, one-to-one. Okay. So this is a consistency. Okay. Consistency. This is talking about how you write the code. Okay. That's why in the first chapter we could teach you your class name cannot start with you can start with your variable lah. Okay. Your variable can start with a $sign, can start with underscore, can start with any character. Okay. Uppercase. Okay. Like cannot start with a number, for example. So everyone must follow. Okay, like the class you create. So top, you create a class, then data members, then two set of constructor, then second methods. Okay, then after that below is the toString. So how you arrange. So everyone uses same pattern to arrange your class. I know the open one file, wow, one class put the constructor at the bottom one, then another student put the toString method at the top one. Even though the sequence is not important, but you didn't follow the proper patterns, then people want to read your code will have a difficulty. Why? Every good member have a different way to do it. Okay, one put to second method at the top, one put the variable declare at the bottom, one put the toString method in the middle. Something like that it's not good already. You are not following the consistent way. So make sure everyone. That's why I teach you from starting until the end. I also teach you in like that one. You create a class, the variable, then after the constructor, second methods, and below toString. All the class I create, I follow this pattern. So I hope that you also follow lah. Okay, later I don't want to see the class will open. The class declare for different students have different way. Okay, as one silly mistake I saw the student repeat many times is the class name used to start with the lowercase. I saw many rounds only. I don't know why. I thought for many rounds still a student do the same mistakes. Means they create a class. The class name start by a lowercase. Remember, the first letter is lowercase. It only can refer to the method or variable. I hope you understand that. When I look at the first character, is lowercase, means there is either method or variable. The method one behind with the round bracket. Okay, the variable without the round bracket, with method with the round bracket. That's it. I know that is either variable or method. Uppercase one confirms the class name. If all uppercase, constant. Diary we can determine. So I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. They got few students, okay, for my side, always create a class name with the start with the lowercase. Okay, so I remind you again, please, the class name must start with uppercase. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So this is the things. Again, this I mentioned the constructor. So that's why here, I minus you're not consistency ma. Today still got chance to go to change. Okay, your class name start with lowercase, I will minus your mark. Frankly speaking, I won't be kidding with you because you not follow the format standard. Okay, the Java naming convention you didn't follow. If your class name start with lowercase, I will minus your mark. Okay, so now you can, before you present for my next 1 hour plus, they go and I go present. Change your class name. You still got a chance to change. Class name you start lowercase, I minus your mark. I tell you, okay, no kidding one. Make sure you follow the Java naming convention. Okay? Then we can continue. So you can see constructor. Why I have a constructor. So always remember this is what practice I teach you. Provide two set of constructor. One without parameter, one with full parameters. Okay. But one thing I put in your mind, please don't put your static variable inside your parameter list. You must take away because the static variable is belong to whole class. It's not belong to a single object. And the constructor, the usage is create object. I hope you understand. Okay, when you create object, you cannot create something belong to whole class. So static variable cannot in the parameter list. Okay, so I hope Kelvin can go to change now. Okay, if you really create a class name, the class with the lowercase name start. Still can have chance to change. Right click rename only in your NetBeans there. Right click rename, make it to uppercase. Okay. I try not to minus your mark. That's why I tell you earlier. So you still can change. Okay, so we see here we have 12 week, 11 week go off early. You still create class in your lowercase. I already don't know how to say lah. Okay? If you said you didn't apply to what you learned. Okay, so to mess it up, always place the constructor before your second method and to-string method. You see that? So all these, why we need to do that? We follow the patterns. Okay, remember? So provide a constructor, a public, no arg constructor. This is same what I told you. One without the constructor, parameter one with the parameter one. Okay, so this thing. Then then after that, you have a overrider method like to-string, equals, and so on. But to-string we use very frequent. Okay, equal up to you. Okay, up to you. The one can compare the same name, compare the whatever lah. Okay, you can compare. This equal return true false only. It's different from the compare to. The compare to is return bigger, smaller, and the same. But equal here only return true false. Okay, remember. So as I mentioned in the previous class, previous two classes I forgot it. If you didn't create any superclass, the class you create automatically is inherit from object. Object is the top of all the classes. Okay, so no matter how many classes you create, let's say your class is super class, don't have the extend behind, right? The automatic extend object. Automatic. Okay, they want to know it, right? It's understandable. Okay, so that's why the to-string method inside the object we cannot use that already, because they only give you the class name alliance with the address name. Okay, so we don't want that one already, so we change normally to-string methods. Okay, there's the consistency. Make sure every student follow the same pattern. Okay, I hope that I don't want to open the one project. Wow, after create class, the arrangement all by their own like one. Wow, then heading. Okay, please every good member follow the same pattern what I will teach you in the class. Okay, so repeat one more time. Class name. Okay, then after that go extend or implement whatever. Then you put the data member, then followed by the constructors, two constructors, then followed by second methods, then other methods. Okay, other methods you put insert in the middle. Okay, then after that in the end to-string. Normally the to-string is in the bottom, but some people still not put in the bottom. They put other method in the below to-string. To-string, those can override one you put at the bottom. Override, like for example, to-string and equal, you put in the last. Then those the custom method you put after second. Okay, this is regarding the arrangement only. Okay, so because I open some program, some student put the other methods after to-string. Always remember to-string is the last. Okay, to-string or equal is the last part. Okay, so whenever you want to put any other method, you insert in the between second and the to-string. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm talking. So encapsulations. Okay, so this one you already done all the times. Okay, as long as your private modifier. Okay, that's why our data member must be private. Only your superclass is protected. The rest all private. Okay, this is how, because you want to apply this encapsulation inside your system. Okay, you don't want to let other client or test class simply change your value. This is one way you can control. Okay, if you really do want them to access and change, you don't provide them a second method. Totally don't provide, so they totally cannot do anything. Okay, if you allow the user only can input, then you get them setter only. Okay, if there's an input output also allowed, then second also give. So we can control. Okay, if after you change to private, then you can control. If you put default or the public or heading or everywhere can change your value. Okay, there's no good way. So that's why you provide a second. Okay, you provide them, then you have a sense of control what you want to give to the user. If user can input a value, you give them a set method. If the input only can see the output, then we only provide a get method. So remember, not normally we provide a method called get number of students, get number of course. We only put the get only. We never allow them to set the value. They cannot set the any value they like. How many students? Set the student amount cannot. You only can get. This one I say normally we only get the student number or course number. We only provide them a get method only. Okay, this is a very frequently used one. Okay, we didn't allow the set method to the set the number of students. Cannot, because like that then your amount is not tally. Okay, so this is how we apply when possible. Okay, so this is a like this I mentioned. Field and method protected if intended as standard of the class. This is already mentioned, right? Already done in the previous chapters, right? Or these are methods. Okay, field or methods are protected if they are intended for the extender. Okay, so I only put in the variable there and the constructor. Okay, the rest of the method second we still put public. Okay, so remember that. Yeah, remember protector we mostly only use on the constructor and the data member only. Okay, so remember that for superclass. Okay, so for this clarity, so implement cohesion, consistent manipulation to help achieve clarity. So if you have these three, okay, if your program consider these three things, then automatically the clarity is achieved. Okay, all your coding follow the same patterns. Okay, single class only got one entity. Okay, and your variable put private or private, then only put the protected for the parent class. If you do like this, you already achieve the clarity. So it's automatic one. Okay, if you consider these three things. Okay, so classes are designed for reusable. Okay, reuse. Okay, this is thing. So user can incorporate the class in many different combination, order, and environments. Okay. Okay. Therefore, you should design a class that impose no restriction on what and when the user can do with it. Design the property to ensure that the user can set properties in any orders. Okay. When a combination of value, design method to function independently of their orders of occurrence. Okay. So you should not declare a data field that can be derived from other data field. Okay, hope that you understand that. Like this H. This one like your database, the concept is similar. You cannot create an H column inside your table because H can be different from every day. It's not accurate. Right? Okay, you reach birthday, you increase one H. Therefore, the best way is use the birthday. Then after that, use a current date minus the birth date, get your actual age. So age to declare. Similar or not? You learn that. I think some student here is already learned database last semester. Some learn in the same semester. Similar concept, correct? Okay, so this is a meaning here. Though can derive from other NTP1, we cannot declare. Especially like this age. Okay, age can calculate using the birthday. So we only have birthday enough as a user key in the date. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm talking here. The same concept to the database. Okay, this is one example. Okay, now we go to the, I think rest for 10 minutes, then we'll continue. Okay, rest for 10 minutes. Okay, so like we are talking about 1 hour already. Okay, we take a break for 10 minutes, then we'll come back again. Okay, so we continue back. So now we continue with the completeness. Okay, so classes are used usually designed for use by many different customers. Okay, or many clients similar. How to do how to provide these features is allow your class have many methods can be used. Okay, the methods itself. So you can see now to make a class useful in a wide range of application, the class should provide a variety of ways for customization through the properties and methods. Okay, the property means data member lah. So this is a method example. String class contain more than 50 methods that are useful for a string of applications. For example, string.format, string.charadd, okay, all these string.line, whatever. So all this is the method that you can be used. Okay, as I always mention to you, when the method is ready, use it. Go do pretend you are very expert whatever to create your own one. Do okay. If the method is available in the library, use it directly. Okay, so this is regarding completeness. If you have a lot of useful method that people need to use, therefore you already achieved the completeness, right? This is instant statics. Okay, in simple words, instant variable, okay, as I mentioned, belong to the object. Static variable belong to the class. Okay, so when you belong to class, use the class name to call. Okay, in your midterm test, some people use the object name to call the variable, the student count or something like that, subject count. I minus that much. Even though can run, it can run one. You use object name to call the static variable, can run one. Definitely can, but wrong concept. Because static variable is belong to class. Therefore, you only can use class name to call to represent your understanding. Okay, so static variable must use class name to call. Okay, then instant variable is belong to the object only. So means each object have their own value. It's not same. Okay, only the static variable is the same for all the objects. Other than use for count, there's another example is the color, like blood color. Everyone same. So then you create as a static. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean here. You are static variable. If no keyword mean is instant variable. Very simple to differentiate. Okay. So the second method is based on what you need lah. As I mentioned, normally your instant variable got set get right. Static variable depend. Okay. Normally static variable based on view lah. For example, we have one question talking about the interest rate. Okay. Then you may think the interest rate in the future may increase one. Cannot be every time only 0.03% yearly. Can be 0.05 in the future. So can be changed one. Then you give second method together. If they think that the interest is never increase one, it will static forever one. Then you don't give them people set method. So provide them get only. It depends your company how to operate your business. Okay, one thing never change one. Okay, then you just don't provide them a set. If there's a possibility change in future, then you allow people to set. Okay, like SST and GST, this thing. Okay, they can be different one. Okay, like Singapore, I think their GST and SST only 3%, 0.03. Malaysia just start only 1.6%. They know what they want to do lah. They want to earn money or whatever, I don't know. But it's too high when they start in the listen. Feel like people are not comfortable. But it slowly increase, people still can accept. Okay, so this is thing what happened. You must thinking something in future. Whether there's possible to change in future. Now, if yes, then you allow a step method. Okay, so this is what I will tell you. Like overtime also. This time overtime, maybe 1 hour, you can put through a value, put here. Probability static in overtime equal to 0.5 overtime rate. Means 1 hour in the earlier is 14 ringgit, now become 16 ringgit. Okay, increase 0.5, for example. All this you can do it. Okay, so it depends on you want to provide a set or not. Is your company very stingy one? Is never change the overtime rate? Then you don't provide them a set method. But normally we provide one because your salary cannot be static for forever. One. Sure, go increase one day. One. Okay, like our claim lecturer also can claim OT one, for example. Last time maybe 40 ringgit, now this round maybe 45 ringgit. After how many years increase 5 ringgit, for example, per hours. Okay, all these things can be happen. Okay, so this is regarding instant and static. Now we go to the inheritance and aggregations. Okay, so inheritance means is a relationship. Aggregation means has a relationship. Okay, something you can be owned. Okay, has a, is a, has a. This is talking between is a relationship and has a relationship. Remember, aggregation is something you own. Okay, and is a is something regarding super and subclass. So you can see here, for example, an apple is a fruit. Okay, but we cannot say fruit is an apple. So apple is a fruit. So means apple is a subclass. Okay, you inherit relationship between the apple and fruit. Okay, inherit. Okay, apple is a fruit. Okay, a person has a name. Okay, thus you will use aggregation to model the relationship class between the person and the name. Okay, the way of doing is different, right? This one you use extend keywords. This one you use in the data member there, private name. I hope you remember. Okay, so this is a is a and has a relationship. Okay, this is an interface or asset class. Okay, both interface and asset class can be used to specify common behavior for the objects. This I mentioned just now. So how you decide whether to use interface or class? In general, a strong is a relationship that describe a parent-child relationship should be modeled using class. Okay, if your abstract method is used by all your subclass, then you declare in the abstract class. Okay, if your abstract method is going to use by different category of class, then you use interface. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, so this is okay. Sin and orange is a fruit. The relation should be modeled using a class inheritance. Okay, like this is how. Okay, orange is a fruit. Okay, so this is a example here. Yeah, so I just want to remind you if your abstract method is used by different category of the classes, you declare it as an interface. Okay, if your abstract method used by all your subclass, you put in your superclass, parent-child class. Okay, remember. So this is how to determine. Okay. So next, weak. Okay, this is the same, using the same point. A weak is a relationship means the interface line, or is kind of. So you see, weak is a and is kind of is talking about the interface. Okay, so remember, indicate there is an object process in a certain property. So a weak is a relationship can be modeled using interface. So you're talking, you can see this word, weak is a and is kind of, then they're talking about an interface. Okay, then the strong is a definitely is the parent-child. Okay, using as a class. So here you see all string are comparable. The string class implement comparable interface. So all your string can be compared. And this one you know need to write in the library. Okay, so remember comparable interface. So that's why you no need to do automatic. You can use it directly. Okay, you no need to write your own interface, but this interface can be used for all the classes. Okay, if you want, just put implement comparability. Okay, so put a list. Okay, so this Interface are more flexible than the abstract classes because the subclass can extend only one superclass, but it can implement any number of interface. I hope you still remember what I did in the previous lecture. I put draw table, comma, draw house, comma, something like that. So it can be have a lot. Okay, but extend behind only go have one class only one superclass. I wonder how many deep. See, remember, with so many level, doesn't matter. So remember, we do this is we circle extend geometry object. Then after that, cylinder extend circle. So we can have many level, but behind one is always one parents. Okay. Our interface cannot contain concrete methods. I hope the interface, you know what I mentioned earlier in the previous lecture. Your interface only can have two things. One is abstract method, another one is constant. Other than that, you cannot put inside the interface. Okay, so I hope you still remember that one. If you can combine this virtual of interface and abstract class by creating the interface with the combined abstract class to implement the interface. Okay, so it means you can use the interface of each component class, whichever is more convenient. Okay, depend on you. So that's how I already cut to tell you that if your interface, your abstract method used by different category of classes, you create interface. If your abstract methods only used by all your subclass, you create in the abstract class. Okay, this is very important point that you need to know. Okay, use package. This one I no need to tell you already. From practical 2, I think practical 1 or 2. Should be practical lecture 3 onward. I use package very frequently. Package means folder. Okay, you create a folder to put everything in a single folder. So that's why I got practical question. However, I also ask you to create a package. Okay, practical 7 question 1 package. Okay, and practical 7 question 2 package. So each question in one folder. This is how we organize the file. Okay, also organize the file. So we're using a package. Okay, a package here refer to the folders. Okay, how you arrange. So now we have an idea. Why you got system.out.print. What's the meaning of this? You have a big system folder. Inside got subfolder called out. Okay, inside the out got a lot of methods. Print line, printf, and so on. All this is a method. All these methods inside the out folder. One big folder with a smaller folder out, and inside the out got a lot of methods there. Okay, this is how they arrange. So you see the dot actually is the big folder to smaller folder and so on. This is how people arrange the classes. Okay, why we arrange like this? The caches there is lesser. Okay, so but in a planning within a group, right? So first folder we have a menu what how you go plan yourself, where you want to put your classes. Okay, you go plan. Okay, but normally we same project we put same under same folders. Okay, one folder for one project most of the time. Okay, this is how we normally did. Okay, now of course you can break your package by your group works. It depends on how you want to organize your file. Okay, so maybe you want to put all the classes in one folder. Okay, you arrange on that. Okay, so based on how you want to arrange your file. Okay, so this is how with the folders. Okay, so you see, if the class indicates without the package statement, the class is said to be placed in the default package. So you can see every time you open a NetBeans, they got one gray color there. There's a default package. Okay, if you need to declare any folder, automatic is the default folder. Okay, so this is regarding the package. Package is refer to the folder. Oh, just remember that. Okay, the purpose is allow you to arrange your this file in the more standard, more organized and tidy way. So that means your all the classes arranged in the very tidy. Okay, easy to read. Okay. Okay, reason. Okay, here I can tell you 4 reasons. 4 reasons to use the package. First, to locate the class. Class with similar function can be placed in the same package to make them easy to locate, make easy to find. Okay, easy to find. And the second, to avoid naming conflict. Okay, if you create a class with the same name one, but you put in a different folder, then it's okay. This is why. Okay, this is why chapter 4 I put a lot of folder. Okay, because all the folder got same class name. You see, remember not student. Okay, the student folder, the student class appear in every folder. If I didn't put the folders, okay, therefore they have conflict. Okay, the reason behind is every folder I add in something, I make it difference. Okay, so how you can see, that's why chapter 4 I create many folder, because inside got same class name. So if not, they have a conflict there. Hey, why you got 2 class names same? They are not allow you to save. Okay, therefore I forced to create a new folders with the same class name, but I can copy paste and modify a bit only. Okay, just erase the import statement. Okay, so avoid the naming conflict. When you develop usable class to be shared by other programmers, naming conflict often occur. Okay, to prevent this, you put in the package so that they can refer to the package name. Okay, they are not confused. Okay, this is one of the reason I told you just now why chapter 4 got so many folder, because of that. Okay, also I want to show you that it's every increment of the change. For example, the first folder I use the default variable. Okay, default instant variable. Then there certain folder I put private keywords to show you the difference, so you can when you refer to the folder like that, you can know what the change. Instead of I change in the same file, I always change talking within the chapter 4. I always maintain one file only. In the end, you cannot recall back what you learned. Okay, that's why I think the best way is I show you step by step. This folder I do this, then folder I add in this, then the folder I use this keyword, something like that. Then you can learn part by part. Okay, I found this way is more good, more better way to let the student learn the coding. Okay, if I put everything in a single file, later you don't know what I am talking about. You forgot also. So, but incremented like this, part by part, or in the end, I saw a lot of students in the assignment or in the practical class, I know they already been learned how to when you use a super keyword, how to use the this keyword, all they know already. Okay, I know. I'm very happy on that. Like for example, this keyword also can use for calling constructor or calling variable. Super keyword also can use to call variable or call methods. Okay, so all these Then after that, the third reason is to distribute the software conveniently. And after you put a package, easy to distribute. Okay, send to other people. Remember, in real life, we only share the class file. The Java is a source file. So when a lot of company, before they give you the system, okay, they may not include the source code one. So if a project manager, you are project manager, make sure this client, okay, those write the system for you, the person provide you the source code as well. If you didn't mention, they can ignore. They only give you class file because system run in the .class file. So they only give you all the .class file, but the source file .java never give you. Then you headache at it. Because in the future you want to maintain or you want to upgrade, cannot. You don't have the source code. Okay, then maybe this outsource you outsource your project to the company. The company is slap you again one more time because you didn't request for source code. So that's why when you submit the assignment or practical exercise, I ask you to submit the .class file and .java file because I want the source file. Okay, this one in the outside in the real life, when you go out to work, if you become a project manager, make sure you also ask the source code. If you outsource your system to other people, so also ask for source code. Okay, the reason behind is there's a possibility that in future you want to upgrade or you want to enhance the method here and there. You still can do customization by your own. Okay, instead of ask them to do for you, they charge you per modules, then you headache. Okay, a lot of I saw some company they charge you per request. You got error in your system, right? You ask them to fix for you, they charge you for every request. So you must know how this company earn money. Okay, so this is thing I'll tell you. Okay, so because the Java only run on .class file, your class file is the file they run. The Java is your source file, source code file. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean here. Then the next is to protect classes. Okay, package provider protected so that the protected method members of the class are accessible to the classes in the same package, but not to the external classes. Okay, this is another advantage. You put in a package, it's not easy to let people access. Okay, if you put an additional package folder. I think your assignment, you may able to create one, at least one, your project folder. Okay, okay, what project, whatever. Okay, at least one level of folder. You put everything in a single folder. Okay, no, at least one folder. Okay, then I know what project is. Okay, so this depends how you see, follow the pattern of the original. That's why a lot of method you can see java.util.scanner. What are meaning of this? Means they got one folder called Java, inside got one subfolder called util, then inside util got scanner class. This is how people arrange their classes. Okay, so I hope that you will learn from that. Then the next new version one, you can see like the first chapter, Java X. Why they got X and without X? X means the new version. Okay, Java X. So Java X dot string dot J option path. So means they got Java X folder, inside got this string subfolder, and the string folder inside got a lot of classes. One of it is a J option path. That's how people arrange. So you refer to the pattern, this in the library, how they arrange the classes. Then you go to see how to make arrange the thing in your project. You just apply the concept accordingly. Okay, so like this. What I suggest is first your big system. So you go on big system folder. Okay, then inside the system, every sub module it give a folder. Every sub modules. Okay, ordering one. Okay, this maybe one is the items maintenance. Okay, insert, update, delete the item and whatever, one folder. So one module, one folder is more better. Then inside the folder, very simple. In your class, you can put // creator is who. So now this class is created by you, something like that. This normally see when people arrange the system like one big folder for whole system. Then the sub folder is for sub modules. So what modules you have. Okay, so this is my suggestions but in real life people do like that. Every one folder is one module, mean one function. Okay, so this is how people arrange. So I hope that you understand that. That's why in the previous time I mentioned regarding the one big system modules, they have so many sub modules like that. Okay, so maybe inside your one of the modules, maybe delivery modules. Okay, we have one folder called delivery, but inside delivery, then what the thing you have check about sending address or all these sub modules. So the big module put the outside, then inside the big modules, inside you put the sub modules. So that's how you arrange your systems in the more manageable and easy to read way. Okay, so easy to recognize and whatever. Okay, then from there I know open your big folder. Oh, you got, oh, your system got 5 modules. Okay. And after that, inside your one of the modules, inside got 3 sub-modules. Oh, I know. In this sub-module, this one of the module got 3 sub-modules. So easy for me, also easy for you. This is how you arrange. Okay, still have time to do ma. So still Sunday still got how many days? 6 days. You tell me you cannot arrange. Okay, so I hope that you do accordingly. Okay, just put at the top money package and what name. Okay, so let's say you got subfolder, maybe you got dot in the front. Okay, so see how you arrange, but don't, I think use the same name as you crash or not. Okay, maybe no, don't use the same like what you have in the original library. Maybe you can put instead of system. Okay, maybe you can put project. Okay, the starting one is project folder. Then after then the end. Okay, so you do it accordingly lah. Okay, so my suggestion is whole system one folder, then after that all the big modules another folder, then sub modules inside the main modules folder. So you arrange in this way, easy to recognize. Okay, so hope we understand how to do it. So we go for the next. Okay, so package naming convention. So we can see all my package I put lowercase. I know whether you know. Chapter 4. You see why my package name all lowercase. You can refer to the chapter 4. All the sub package, I put lowercase name. Okay, there's a reason behind that. Standard package name most of the time in lowercase. Okay, therefore I follow the same. You can see the Java lowercase one, Lang lowercase one. Only the class name is uppercase. This is a class name. So means in the Java folder, inside got one subfolder called Lang, and inside the Lang got max class. This is how we arrange. Okay, that's why I can see all our folder name is lowercase. This is folder name. So that's why you can see why all my this package name in the chapter 4 all lowercase, because I follow the standard. Okay, so this is a thing I mentioned here. So like this case lah. Okay, means this is a con one big folders. Inside got prehend subfolder, and prehend subfolder got one subfolder got my package. Okay, so you can put this one is a project, and this one is our main modules, and this one is a sub module inside the main modules. You can do like that. Okay, so this is my suggestion. So how do I do it? Up to you. Okay. Okay, so package folder mapping. Okay, this is what I mean. Sub folder like that. Okay, see now. Okay, so this is how you arrange. Okay, this is show you the real happening. Will become like that. Okay, step for using package. Okay, just put the name with the keyword. Okay, package. Then after that, then how many level depend on you. Okay, so this is all in lowercase. Your package name lowercase, but your class name is uppercase. Okay, like for example, like this. How we call this method? Con.prehend.mypackage.format using import statement. I hope you remember import statement. So if you want to using this method, I just import con.prehend.mypackage.format import statement. You want to use it, import. You want to create folder, put package. I hope you remember, understand what I'm talking about. Okay, that's why we have import and package. Package, you create a folder. Import, you use the method. Okay, use the class. Directly use the class. That's why you got import java.util.scanner, import javax.swing.jOptionPath. Because of that, use thing, use import. When you create folder, you put package. Okay, so they hope that you understand the keyword. Is a difference. This is an import statement I mentioned. Okay, import. Okay. By default, that means the default library, you can put asterisk. Okay, own one cannot, custom one cannot. You create custom package, you cannot do this. I tried before. Okay, customer cannot put this. I remember I like cannot. Okay, but you can try. Okay. Actually, by theoretically cannot. Okay, but in the running way, it depends. Okay, last time I used another software lah, so I don't know this software okay or not. You can try. The asterisk means every class in the package. Every class. Okay, but in this you import everything, but you didn't use it. It's very useful. Useless means you only use JOceanPan, for example. Inside got JOceanPan and J what panel. Okay, then got J panel, J something a lot, J frame, whatever. But you only use JOceanPan, no? Then what for you want to import everything and you didn't use it? You understand what I mean? Streaming everything in that folder, every class in the folder I import. Okay, this one use it when you use GUI, then okay, you put Java x.swing.asterisk. I understand, because you use button, you use this label, text field, everything you use then you use asterisk. But for our case in the first chapter, we only use OptionPan only. So we put Java x.string.JOceanPan because you're only using one class only. Okay, it's like whether you wasted, you import every classes, but you never use it. So it depends on your need. Okay, if you use a lot of classes within the package, then you import asterisk lah. If you use many lah, but you only use a specific one only, then you just call that name. Okay, that's why in the first chapter I never teach you Java x.swing.asterisk to import, because inside got JOceanPan, got J panel, J text field, and whatever, so many, but we never use it. No point. So I only import the JOceanPan. Okay, like this case, import Java util scanner. This is what I teach you in the first chapter. I never teach you this because inside YouTube got many others, got date, got what, there's so many things, but you will never use it. So if you only need specific one, you call like that. Unless you use many things in the same package, then you put asterisk. Okay, so I already this one confirm can use in the library one. You confirm can put dot asterisk. Okay, but the custom one, you go to try, see whether can. Maybe this let me allowed. I don't know. Okay, so but normally ideally when you create, you want to access everything in that folder, you put dot asterisk, they can get by theory. Okay, so since the theory is like that, we assume that can. Okay, we assume they can also apply to the custom classes, custom package you create. Okay, at this level lah. Okay, but in how go to the implementation, then you tell me the result, how they going to happen. Should be okay lah, for my understanding, should be okay. Okay, so you try to figure out on the part lah. But by theoretically it's can. Okay, you put streaming, import every class in that folder. Okay, so this is a sample. This is how I mentioned. This is what I just now I told you. Okay, how you use that classes is like that. Okay, with the class name at the behind. Other than the package name, you must put a folder name, class name. Okay, so the number 5, Java API. Okay, so you have used the classes in the interface in the java.lang, java x.swing, and java.util package. These two I start in the first chapters. Okay, this is with the GUI version, this one without the GUI version scanner. Okay, and this java.lang you no need to import because every class also go input output. You know the input output thing, all inside the java.lang. So this package is automatic import. I think java.lang inside also got max class. So you see not, you never import java.lang.max. Am I right? You never put that statement, right? Because it's auto. Okay, input output regarding mathematics and everything is also in the lang package. So this package is the default package to import for all the classes. So you no need to especially put the name there, java.lang, no need. Okay, but other than that, scanner, the option pen, then you must specify import the package. Okay, why they're doing that? Because this one going to use for every classes. Okay, so I hope you remember. So that's why they put as a default. This package to put inside your programs for every classes. You no need to put on. You no need to especially write java.lang something like java.lang.max. No need. It's auto. Okay, so I hope you remember what I'm talking. Okay, so this is a package you have. Okay, more than that because the library keep on increasing. Okay, you can see we download JTK then normally they put in a JTK, so we can see the versioning of JTK is different. You don't need to worry so much. It's just like adding more method inside and more class and more things inside. Okay, so this is only a different. If you never use those method in the latest version one, then you update no different. But if you update, then you have one possibility to find out, this method last I do have now got already. Okay, even though last time I used a JOceanPen, they got new type of JOceanPen. I think more better, more beautiful one. Okay, you can have a look. They want to know what's the name of it. Say something, but it's OceanPen, but they got something extra. Okay, so you can have a look. Okay, so this is a package they have. Java.lang, Java S.string, Java util, Java.in output. Okay, Java.max, Java.net. Okay, Java.applet, Java.awt. These two nowadays like slowly take out already. Java AWT is the old version of the button, all this thing. Okay, but new one will only use a Java X.string. Okay, this is old version of GUI. I think truncated already. I mean, nobody use anymore, but still in the library. Applet is talking about the web page. Okay, and remember, I still need to teach in the one of the level of the Java. After your level, next level is this GUI version. Okay, the applet using for the web page. But this one also, like nowadays, a lot of people also didn't use the applet anymore. Okay, these two like truncated already. People stop using already. Okay, there is some reason behind that. Okay, so that's why we use for the GUI, we use a new version Java X.string instead of the Java.awt. Okay, and the web page one, we didn't use applet anymore. Last time I could create applet, but now I don't know why recently I never heard people want to create applet. Okay, something also you truncate one. Okay, a lot of package that nobody want to use it anymore, but they're still there lah. Of course, they're still there. You want to use, still can use. Okay. Okay, framework-based programming. Okay, to create a comprehensive project, you have to use more class and interface in the Java API. So use it if available, as I mentioned earlier, a long time ago, few time ago. Okay, so if got, use it. Don't pandai go to create your own one. Don't. Okay, don't show how smart you are. No, because people are all this one when they publish the version of JTK, it means the person already tested. Tested many way, like for example your calendar class and the date class. People already tested lunar year, whatever, the leap year, whatever, all they tested already. So your answer when you return sure is correct. Which year got how? Which year the February got 29 day or 28 day? They all already tested. So you no need to create your own one to check on that part. Very risky that you have mixed out or meet certain conditions. Okay, so people are ready one, you just use it because people all tested already before you can publish. Okay, so this is what I mentioned. So okay, so try for example the cluster interface in the Java GUI API, establish a framework to deploy your GUI programs. Okay, so they have a set. Okay, so you can apply the modules according to what apply classes. whenever you want. Okay, you have to use these classes interface and follow their convention and rules to create application. This is referred to as a framework-based programming. This is why all our pattern is same like in the library. How we arrange the package, how we arrange a class, we follow the framework. That's why you ask me, so why the class name must be at the top, then followed by the data member, then followed by the constructor, then followed by second method and other methods, then in the end to string. Why? People doing this for their own libraries. Okay, if you do want to follow, then you are not applying the framework already. So framework means I don't care how we create a class, we follow their format. So when you follow their format, then everyone can be understand and identify your classes in the easy way. See, no need to question why this all class thing lowercase one. Why? No need to ask one. We look at this and we know already. Okay, uppercase means must be the class name or static variable. If all uppercase, then static variable lah. If only single character uppercase, that means class name. Then if a variable start with lowercase, it's either is method or variable. With the bracket behind one is method. Without the bracket one is variable. So people directly can recognize. So please follow the way they do. So that's why every classes I do follow the same way. Okay, so I hope you understand that. If not, you didn't apply the framework. Okay, so these are frameworks. So once you understand the concept of Java and the OOP, the most important lesson for now is learning how to use the API to develop the useful programs. Okay, the more effective way to achieve to imitate a group example. Okay, so I go to fast design patterns. Okay, this is one you reuse the code. Okay, so you use a J button, all these are if you use GUI version. So this is how you use it. So you no need inside every color whatever you can set the color, can set the size, everything in the J button. You no need to do by your own. Okay, can use it. Okay, so remember we use the pattern called singleton patterns. Okay, how we're talking about this? They're talking about class and test class. So you can see now all classes I create: student, test student, course, test course. Can you see this? Why have this? Okay, because of singleton patterns. Okay, so one is a driver program, mean test class, and one is a class, original class. Okay, this is how we normally design. Okay, so declare class that can be used the instance a unique instance. Okay, use when it's a desirable to restrict instance instantiation of the class to as exactly one objects. Okay, so you can see here class message objects like this. Okay, then this one is a single pattern demo in the text class. Okay, so this. So it's text class is all the time. I create an object like this one. Either it's array of the single object I declare. Okay, this is a object the constructor you put, and this one how you call the create the object using constructor. Okay, so it's a single patterns. Okay, so this is how many pages left? 5 pages. I go too fast. Immutable object and classes. So string is the classes. Immutable class means after you declare cannot be changed. Like this, you cannot put like this. String name, collect string message, new string hello. Okay, this one uses a different name. Means what I mean is you cannot string name college, and after that name equal to others value. Okay, if you put like that means you point to different address, not point to the same class. Okay, same these are object. Okay, so this is classes. Yes, so this can see this is the methods. Okay, so that's why all our this variable is private. Okay, so this is a sample. Show you the sample. Okay, so this is things. Okay, like this. We use the method in the class. Okay, using this way, and this one we create a method birthday. Okay, get the birthday and so on. So we can see how these 3 classes. This is the birthday because the in year month, every birthday also got these 3. Then you can create this birthday class. And after that, you just call to use in the student there. Birthday. Okay, so this is a sample. This one you can apply to your assignment. Okay, so this is a page. I mentioned the same thing just now. So this is how you refer equate in these patterns. Okay, in the next page. Okay, so immutable means the changeable one. Okay, immutable means cannot be changed after equate. Okay, so this is how to make your this class to be immutable. I mean cannot be changed by others. This one, the three condition here. Declare all your data field private. No, okay, no mutator, no accessor. Then your class is totally cannot be edited by other people. Okay, so this is thing how to make your class immutable means cannot be changed by others. So your all data field private, no mutator, no secret, totally don't have. So all your data member is private, but no secret method given. So your class become immutable. Okay, so this thing so that's it for today Okay, so I stop recording. Okay, those who have class one can go off now.